Hey Ragnarok Zero players or Ragnarok Zero Global players. This is Ryan and I want to talk about the activation system. So the activation system is something that is completely new in Ragnarok Zero Global compared to other versions of Ragnarok Online that we are used to for the most part. And I figured, well, it's probably very helpful to kind of understand what we will be dealing with. And if you are completely unfamiliar, the activation system is this system that presents you items with a star in their name. So that's like the denomination of how activated the gear is, right? How many stars it has. So it goes from 0 to 3 as far as I've noticed throughout my database. So we're gonna be going through the example of a jur right here. I'm not showing myself on camera or any other unnecessary stuff. This is all just my my database website, midgardhub.com. I'll link it in the description and probably in the pinned comment as well. So the jur, as we know, by itself is just a regular cutter, right? No effects. You can drop it from a Marin or Martin rather. It has 3 slots and it's very cool. But an activated jur with 1 star already changes its effects to attack plus 30. It reduces your flee and hit, which is kind of sad. But it's probably built for just critical, because you get at plus 3 refine, it gets plus 2 critical and more attack speed, and then at every refine level it gets even more critical and more attack speed, and then double activated jur follows the same path, even more bonuses, physical damage changes, short range physical damage increases, all of that stuff, right? And it goes even 1 level higher, but you get the picture. So the effects of the base weapon upgrade very well. The better activation level it has, right? So how do you actually activate the weapon? So according to what I found out from the Taiwanese Ragnarok Zero server, this is something that you do through collecting weapons. So there's a summary here on midgardhub.com and I'm gonna read it for you right now. Collect forging certificates by trading monster dropped gear to an NPC named Naria, then spend them at Grandpa Tuato to activate upgrade tier for your star weapons and classic armor. Cards, enchants, and random options are always preserved, only the refine level drops. So that's really cool, because I was, at first when I got around to reading all of this, I was like, oh wait, what if I drop like a super nicely affixed weapon, and then it's gonna re-roll my affixes once I activate it, but apparently it's not the case. It's not gonna re-roll them. Affixes are preserved, cards are preserved, so that's really cool. We got the workshop locations of that good stuff, but how do we actually upgrade them? So let's say we go to a +1. I'm gonna call it +1 star just for the sake of this video, right? And we're gonna want to go up from +0 to +1. So you're gonna need 100 forging certificates matching. So in the case that you need to turn in 100 other cutters that you've dropped for those forging certificates. You cannot trade like 50 cutters, 50 swords, because that's gonna give you 50 cutter certificates and 50 sword certificates. So here's the thing, right? There's a little explanation here. Number 1, we farm monsters, drop cutters, trade them to an NPC for forging certificates, but these are different. There are different types of forging certificates apparently. You get 1-star forging certificates, then you get 2-star forging certificates. It's like, oh, it's so much farm to do, right? But at first, you collect 100 of those, and you get 8 goblin coin fragments. No idea where we get those goblin coin fragments yet, or probably try and figure it out, or wait until launch, I don't know. Then we talk to the grandpa. We select our 1-star jur as the resource weapon, and then we're up to a jur with 2 stars with refine -7. So if we push it to +9 at first, it ends at +2. So we get degraded in terms of refines, but the but the base power of the weapon increases to 2 stars, right? It gets a little complicated at first, but once you read it once or twice and you get a hang of it. And then again, if you wanna go higher, you're gonna have to like trade in more 2-star activated jurs for more 2-star forging certificates to make a 3-star one, which is it gets really complex. I guess we would need to make a graph for it or something, but luckily you don't need so many certificates for every activation level, so to speak. So for 1 star you need 100, but then for the 2-star you need only 3 of them. So yeah, apparently that's what I found out. I don't know if they're gonna adjust it or not, but luckily we're not gonna have to deal with like farming tens of thousands of those weapons, right? So far it just looks like if you want to make a 3-graded weapon, 3 times activated weapon, you're probably gonna need about 100 and 300, so that's 400. Just, you know, if you're lucky, that's 400 weapons, and then you're probably gonna need like what more, 300, probably between 400 and 500 weapons to get a, you know, properly activated one, not including the refines that you're gonna try and get, right? So yeah, that is a lot of weapons to get, and this is probably the reason we have these auto hunting thing going on, because imagine farming that, you know, manually. That's crazy. But on one hand, it's kind of cool because it kind of refreshes the, or rather forces us to come back to other, like previous zones, like older zones, and just keep farming weapons all the time. So at the same time kind of flushing them out of the system, which is really, really good, I think. Overall it's a very interesting system. I suggest you guys look it up on my website, read it for yourself again and again and again, just to kind of get an understanding. The easiest way to understand it, in my opinion, is to get an example of those jewels. There are a bunch of weapons that can get activated, a lot of them, and armors too, but yeah, for me it was easy to catch it on the example of a jewel. So I just wanted to share that. The information is there and you're free to look it up. All right, I'll see you in the next video.